Hello everyone. Today in this video we're gonna learn 7 strategies to improve English speaking skills. 7 strategies to improve English speaking skills. And you can command anything to this video. Today I'm gonna share most important tips and strategies that you have to follow to command English like a native speaker. Don't miss the single update and watch the video up to the very end. I have told you many times, my dear friends and my dear students. Here you can learn English language, cricket commentary, English music, vocabularies, grammar, everything, literature. You can talk to me as an English tutor. I'm there for you, always there for you, and I've decided to help as many students I can through online sources. So in this video, you're gonna learn 7 best strategies to command English speaking skills. 7 most important strategies to command English speaking practice. English speaking skills. So what is that 7 most important strategies you have to follow? Let's start now. And here the first one, the most important one is practice English speaking. Practice English speaking. I have told you many times that there only one secret of commanding English language as a native, as you can assume to anyone. You wanna speak, you wanna become like that. So what is that? I have discussed about 3 rule. Before going to that first rule, here see 3 rule, and nothing works. Okay, nothing works in comparison of these 3 rules. First one, practice. Second one, practice. Third one, practice. It's practice, my dear students. Nothing you have to follow. Just if you wanna work hard on yourself, leaving everything apart, excluding everything, and just dive deeper into the language, the world of language, like the English world I have made for you all. And you can join me, follow me to make a world of English language, a different world. You can live into a different world. So what is that? Practice. And no tips, no tricks, no strategies work as better than the practice. And I have told you many times, practice makes man perfect. Nothing works. No tips, no tricks, no strategy, and no teacher, no institution, no school, no university. Nothing can teach you better than yourself, your practice. Just practice as much as you can. I've told you. So what is that? Practice English speaking. Yes, this is working all the time. Because what happens, we just do a lot of activities with English language. We are focusing on grammars, and most important, exercise in grammars, vocabularies, literature, listening section, reading section, and writing sections. We are doing all these things, and we are doing a lot more activities in English language, but I have not discussed about practice section. We are doing everything. We are following more tips. We are following more tutors and their tricks and strategies. But what is the result? We are not doing that where we have to be. Okay, we are not running in that direction. Yeah, we know that we have arranged everything, and now we will run, but we are not running. Just we are planning and wasting our time. So that's become very difficult, and your influence and your everything will improve as a magic. So believe, my dear students, you can do, you can change everything. you can change your mindset to this English language. This is nothing. I have told you, this is not a rocket science. And first tips that I told you, first stage, that is practice speaking skills. Practice English daily as much as you can. Don't don't just collect all the informations around you. Don't do that. And practice as much as you can. This is the best way to command English. You know well that one. And what happens when you practice your mouth, your body language, your gesture, your facial expressions, everything works. Like you have to imitate the native speaker, how their facial expression, body language, gesture, everything works, and you have to imitate them nicely, to be like them, to speak like them, because English is not our native language. So that's little bit different. That's a little bit difficult to command it, as we are working on our native language. In that way we have to work on English language, and then you can do that. The first stages that I told you, that is practice. The first stages that I told you, practice speaking regularly as much as you can, and don't miss a single day. Otherwise, you will be a loser. You will lose something in that journey. So, practice English every day. Okay, and the second one is your pronunciation. Work on your pronunciation, my dear students. That is the basic thing. And before improving your accent, before improving your fluency, everything, you need to work on your pronunciation. How? Just whatever the source you have, like if you are addicted to reading English newspaper, just underline the words and search their pronunciation, the right pronunciation on Google. There are many applications nowadays, and you can also improve your pronunciation while listening to audiobooks, FM radio in English language, by listening to lectures, by a speech. You have to understand, you have to learn their pronunciation, how native speaker pronunciating all these words. While listening to them, you can just improve. And more things, just I told you, if you are addicted to reading newspaper, reading literatures, you are reading any contents on social sites, and you just also can follow many channels, your account, which is related to English language, your motivation, your English language learning app, anything. You just can follow it to learn more and more. Switch every activities of yourself in English language, and underline while reading those difficult words and learn the right pronunciation. Okay, and also learn their right meaning only in English language. Don't use English to in the dictionary, and don't try to learn the translation. I've discussed many times, don't focus too much on learning translation, because you will go to hell. Never focus on that. You have to learn English by listening more and more, and try to learn the whole sentences, the whole phrases, not a single word. And don't try to create a sentence. Learn the whole sentence, the whole conversations. By listening, you can do it. So what I told you, the second most important stage is work on your pronunciation. And I have told and I have studied many times that, according to my experience, I have asked many questions to my English tutors, that how to command accent, because we need to learn accent. for learning cricket commentary and to becoming like a native speaker. And I told you many times they don't just speak fast, too fast. They actually connect all the words together, and it seems like they're speaking very fast. We are unable to understand native speaker. This is the main reason they connect all the words. There are some rules they are following. I will discuss in next video sometime, but not this time. I told you pronunciation, work on your pronunciation before learning accent, before improving your fluency. Okay, you have to work more and more on your pronunciation. That's the best thing. And your fluency after learning pronunciation, after learning too much pronunciation, the right pronunciation of every words, actually your fluency and everything will be improved after you're working on your hard working on pronunciation. Okay, so work on your pronunciation as much as you can, and you can also switch your daily activities. You can also think in language, and that will also help you to improve your pronunciation. You know why? Because we can learn, we can give time to pronunciating, but not all the time. We used to think in our native language, but that's why we are not learning language, a new language. For learning a new language, we have to forget the remaining thing, and we have to work on that new language. Just remove all that one, leave all that things, all the native language that you know. Just it seems like you don't know, you forget everything. Work on it and think in English, switch your activities in English language. So that is the second most important strategies, your pronunciation. Work on your pronunciation and your everything will improve. You don't have to learn accent. After commanding pronunciation, the right pronunciation of every words, your sound will be like a native speaker. Yes. Third most important strategies to command English. What is that? Learn vocabularies. Yes, learn vocabularies, because vocabularies are the building blocks of English language. Yeah, any language. This is not especially for English language. Every vocabularies, every words are the building blocks of learning language, learning new language, different language in the world. So work on that. But the question is that here, how? This is the difficult part, because we can never command all the vocabularies. This is not going to work, because every day a new vocabularies is discovered, and you can just not learn all those one. So you have to focus, you have to make a plan, your daily plan, your daily routine on working that. We can also remember minimum 10 vocabularies per day. But what just happened after learning 10 vocabularies? We gonna forget that 10 vocabularies after the next day, in coming 2 or 5 days. We are not remembering that one. This is happening due to your concentration. Your concentration, your too much concentration is not here to this language. That's why this is happening. You need to think. I'm not suggesting you to learn 10 vocabularies. Learn 5 vocabularies. Only 5 vocabularies daily. If it is possible, learn only 3 vocabularies, but use them in your life. Use them in your daily conversation. Create lots of sentences using that vocabularies. As many sentences as you can. Write down many sentences using that vocabularies. Just think in that vocabularies, using that vocabularies, create sentence and think all the time about that. And if it is possible, I have discussed, write on your hands, write on a blackboard, make a chart that with that vocabularies. It is not going to work if you remember one day and you lived all the things that you are doing. It is not working. Just do something, create sentence, practice them daily. And yes, you can also make a notebook of vocabularies, a new vocabularies, a interesting vocabularies that you see, that you listen. Okay, you can make them, and a notebook will help you too much in learning that language. Because what happens if you have a notebook, if you have a written the whole thing, just suppose if you are working on 5 vocabularies daily and you are writing them down on your notebook. Okay, so what happens if you live practicing them, then one day you will encounter those all vocabularies and it will come to your brain suddenly. Your brain will work on that one. So write at least 5 vocabularies daily in your notebook daily, and practice, learn, and use that notebook daily. Okay, at least you have to begin from the starting and just understand them and write them, and also write their meaning only in English language. So that is the third most important stages to command English language. But we have to learn the seven most important stages to command English language like a native. So I told you. Okay. And now this time the fourth stage is to command English language. What is that fourth stage? Is best stage is work on your grammar. Work on your grammar, because grammar is also needed, too much needed to speak meaningful sentence, beautiful sentence, and the right sentence. Without using grammar, without having a knowledge of English grammar, you can never speak the right sentence the right way, and this is must. English grammar is must, but I am not suggesting you to be the master of grammar language. It has been discussed and I have told you many times, and the native is also suggesting that don't focus too much on grammar section. Because what happens, I have seen many students in India, they have full command over grammar. They are translating too much. They are using that for like job purposes, for examination purposes. Because in India the question is asked about the translation, the difficult translation, especially for SSC, CGL, CHSL, mostly in CGL. The main subject is English for CGL and maths. So like that, in that exam they ask questions from translation. So what happened? The Indians, they learn too much translation. Since their childhood, they learn translation. The teacher gives you Hindi translation. You have to translate in English, and for that we need to learn grammar. We need to learn tense, prepositions, part of a speech, and many more things we have to learn. I know that is the right way. If we can translate all those Hindi translations to English and Hindi content to English content, it shows that we know grammar. It shows that we have mind, but it doesn't shows that you can speak better. No, you can never be a good speaker if you have a full command over translation, grammar, all these things. But what happens? We have to learn the language by listening, not by translating. Not by translating, and that I have told you LSRW and LSRWT that you can follow any one of them. Like I told you, first one, follow LSRW, and the second one, follow LSRWT. Most important secret of learning language, and my research on that. Second, first follow first one LSRW, and second LSRWT. You have to follow it. So what we are discussing here, the fourth most important strategies to command English language. And the fifth one, my dear students, the fifth most important strategies to command English language. What is that? Here see, fifth most important stages, and this has been researched by people, English tutor all across the world. So what is that fifth most important stages? And it is slow down. Slow down. And I have told you before, don't try to speak faster, faster, because everyone have a dream. Everyone have a dream to speak fast like a native, but just I told you, they do not speak fast. They speak very slowly. But the actual thing is that they are connecting all the words together. Like I don't know you. I don't know you. Like I do know. I do know. I don't know. They speak like that. I don't know. I do know. I do know. So they connect all the words together. Okay, and slow down, don't try to speak too fast, because what happens, language is like that. If you are speaking too fast and the listener is not understanding you, they are unable to understand, they are not getting the information that has been delivered by you, shared by you, then what is the profit of speaking too fast? Tell me one thing. No one will appreciate your language, your the way of communicating, the knowledge you have. No one will appreciate you for that one, because they have not got for that. They all are here. So while speaking, try to slow down and pronunciate correctly, use the right sentence, use the right structure, and that must be grammatically correct sentence. Just you have to slow down. That is the most important strategies to command English language for a beginner. This all tips is for a beginner, for not an advanced learner. Advanced learner, they do not speak too fast. They have command over English language. They know all these things, the stress, everything they know, and so that's why they don't speak fast. Just you have to do that one, slow down. Then don't try to speak fast, because no one will understand you. Even you are not going to understand yourself, and you need to work on that. I know that is your skill to speak fast, but in India, if you are speaking too fast, no one will listen you, no one will understand you. But my dear, I'm doing that. I'm speaking too fast because my goal is to become like a native. Yeah, my goal is to become like a native, and I wanna be like a cricket commentator. So that's why I use a fast way to speak. And I also teach a fast way to speak English language. So slow down. If it is possible, slow down, and as much as you can slow down, and you will listen it, and you will learn so many things. The listener. Sixth most important strategies to command English language, and what is that here? So don't miss the end, my dear students. I'm teaching you 7 most strategies to follow. You can command English language as a native speaker. You can also speak fast as if you are following all these steps. So what is the six most important stages here? You have to listen carefully. Use body language and gesture. Use body language and gesture while speaking, while conversation, okay? While delivering your speech. And this is important because you know what happens. Just suppose accidentally you stuck on your words and you don't know. And what happens if you have a habit of speaking and using language with your body language, gesture, your facial expression? Because you know your non-verbal way of sharing in informations. So what happens, your body language, your gesture, your facial expression, all these things will help you to search that appropriate vocabulary in that place, and you will never stuck. And this is a common problem with every speaker, every learner, and every beginner. This is happening with everyone first time when we are talking, when we are communicating with a new clients or stranger, and this is happening with everyone. So we have to use body language, gesture, or facial expression according to the meaning of the sentence, according to the meaning of the speech that we are saying. We have to connect all these things together, and then we have to speak. Like all these things are very helpful. And one more thing here, if you are using your body language, your gesture, your facial expression, and the listener, the audience will take interest in your speech, in your everything, because it is like acting. You know, it is like an acting. You're acting before the audience. If you're actor, if you are a good actor, if you're, what actor do, you know what actor do, they are using too much body language, too much gesture, too much facial expression. So they are an actor, they are a good actor, like Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Akshay Kumar. There are so many good actors, and what they do, they are using all these things: body language, gesture, facial expression. They know, they have mastered it. They have mastered it with practice. Just use all these things in your conversation, in your speech. Connect, connect all these things. Connect your sentiment to this language, and speak with heart. Okay, speak with heart. And just I told you don't need to be a fast speaker, just be a good speaker. So what is that? Six most important stages. And here, use body language and gesture. If it is possible, use your facial expression. That is also most important part of using all these things. So use it. Use it. You know one thing, now we're gonna learn the last but not least seventh most important strategies. First thing I would like to say, our goal. Our goal is to be like a native, because English is not our language, not our, we are not a native speaker of English language. So that's why they are the good speaker. They are using English in a right way, not we Indian. But we can. That's why I'm telling you, our goal is to be like a native speaker of English language. And yes, to be like a native, just imitate your native speaker. Imitate your native speaker. This is the seventh most important stages. To like a native, to be like a native, imitate your native speaker. Focus and listen to them. Listen to native and imitate them. Imitate them. What happens when you do this all things? And I have told you, if you wanna be like a native speaker, You must learn English by listening. You have to focus too much on listening and learn English by listening like listening of audios, FM radios, lectures. All these things will help you to command. Train your brain and ears to that language, to that native speaker that you want to be like that. Focus on only one native speaker and imitate them if it is possible. Imitate them everything, their body language, facial expression, everything, their gesture, their way and their way of talking, their speed, their accent, their pronunciation, everything you have to imitate. And this is the last main stages, last most important stages to be like a native. Just you have to do that one. Imitate your native speaker, imitate the native speaker. Okay, and that is the thing. So follow all these seventh most stages, most important stages to be like a native and to command English as a native. So do that, follow all these tips and follow me for more updates and comment down below and talk to me. Thank you so much. Bye bye.